We interrupt this important Super Bowl moment to bring you Sanders.
Bernie is America. 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 Bernie is America.
Coming up on the program, we're going to be talking Bernie Sanders surging across the nation as he leads the polls. We're going to be talking about Biden and his disturbing history about lying, about marching in the civil rights movement. So Bernie is continuing to surge in South Carolina as he's only 5 points behind Biden now, only a month away from their primary. We're heading in on the eve of the Iowa caucus tomorrow. We're seeing very good numbers for Bernie. He's currently the top candidate in 46 out of 50 states in donations. Predict a very huge landslide victory by Bernie Sanders in New Hampshire, of course, and also in California. It's going to be running away. By the time that people start to realize that Elizabeth Warren is not happening, and she's not going to win any of these primary states, that support is going to go over Bernie and solidify. I wouldn't be surprised if Tom Steyer himself threw his support behind Bernie, seeing that he wants to be his little best friend. I wouldn't be surprised if there's a warehouse full of Tom Steyer Sanders 2020 signs in a warehouse ready to go somewhere. And, I would see Nina Turner being the vice presidential pick, but who knows? Stranger things have happened, really. Biden is going to be competing with Steyer, with Bloomberg, with Buttigieg, with Klobuchar, with Warren for the centrist vote. And we like to call that the Three Stooges syndrome of centrism that's going to be on display tomorrow. As no one is directly competing against Sanders, he's got his own campaign, revolutionary campaign, transformative, and grassroots. He is where the energy is. New York Times again analyzed the data of the donors in the Democratic Party, and the numbers don't lie. Bernie Sanders leads in total individual donors in 46 of the 50 states, and in the 4 states he does not lead, he is second, some 1.4 million individual donors. It's very, very good for him. So Bernie, like I said, is going to benefit from centrist Dems' Three Stooges syndrome, and it is very good because once he starts stacking these, as they're not going to be able to reach up to a 15% threshold individually, any of them, we're going to get down to Sanders having a majority, and the rest of the leftovers try to cling on to Biden or Bloomberg. It's still not clear. It seems that Bloomberg would be the one to overcast Biden, as Biden just has way too many blemishes on his record. It's likely that Biden might be the nominee only because he is so strong in California and Texas and South Carolina. So he is likely to settle as the lone centrist after Nevada particularly, which Bernie Sanders is very close to the tipping point there and overcapsing him in Nevada as well. Sean King has been investigating Biden here in his history.
When I was a teenager in Delaware, for real, I got involved in the civil rights movement. We have the 8th largest black population in America. Most people don't know that. I'd go to 8 o'clock Mass, then I'd go to Reverend Herring's church where we'd meet in order to organize and figure where we were going to go, whether we were going to desegregate the Rialto movie theater, what we were going to do. I got my education for real in the black church. And that's not hyperbole, it's a fact.
His long record facing a new look under the spotlight of the 2020 campaign. One chapter receiving fresh scrutiny comes from his earliest years in the Senate, when he strongly opposed mandatory school busing. designed to achieve integration and a more equitable education. What's less known is how he followed the lead of some of the Senate's most fervent segregationists. Biden sought and received support from Mississippi Senator James Eastland, and a leading symbol of Southern resistance to desegregation. He frequently spoke of blacks as, quote, an inferior race. 1978, Biden again asked Eastland to put his anti-busing bill before the full Senate, writing, "Your participation in the floor debate would be welcome."
Biden is a racist opportunist who is going to keep on trying to capitalize on other people's histories and pass it off as his own. He's never marched for the civil rights movement, and he got busted for it. I'd just like to remind everyone that Bernie Sanders is the only one who's committed to having a moratorium on deportations and from separating families. Elizabeth Warren has backtracked that she supports ICE. There's only one true progressive in this race. Bernie Sanders supports a $15 minimum wage to combat anyone's worries about wages going down because of immigration. He cares about the American worker. He's strong on trade, and he is going to be strong and humane at the border. So this is a call to all. Go ahead and get out and vote for Bernie. Tomorrow, caucus for Bernie. Get on the phone, canvass for him if you can. There's buses that go out to other states. Do your part. We're going to keep uploading all these polls for you to check out and leave your notes, comments. And we're hitting 100,000 subscribers here coming up soon. So we want to thank everyone out there for supporting this channel from the start. It's been really heartwarming to see all the positive support, and